Hi guys! So excited to be here today. I know that it might take a few minutes for everyone to kind of log in and sign on, so I'm going to give everybody a minute. I got one of these cool new little stands for my phone so that I don't need to prop it up on 100,000 things, but I'm still trying to figure out how it works exactly. When you guys start to hop on, if you could just give me a shout out or something, let me know that you guys are here. I don't know if there's a delay at all with Facebook. Oh, hearts. Okay, good. So excited. Hi, guys. I actually have my computer here, too. I'm hoping that I'll be able to see what's going on. Roses, you're so cute. All those hearts. All right. Hi. Okay. So there is a little lag in comments. I can see them on my computer, but I can't see them on my screen. So just know. Also, comments tend to get me all jumbled up when I'm reading them and trying to talk. So I actually may wait till the end to answer some questions, unless they're kind of like I can get right into them, or I'm stopping for a break anyway, like for a new subject. So let me get started, because I do have to, I'm like on a crunch time schedule today, and that's kind of like the life of being a coach and a part-time worker and stay-at-home mom all in one, right? I know I only have a few people on right now, but I'll give it one more minute. Let's see, what time is it? 11:03. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Bree. I don't know how many people we're going to get, because I know it's kind of like an early, middle of the day thing, and some of you may have planned for this to kind of start. So you know what? I'm going to get going, and then if you guys pop on in the middle, that's great. If you guys also are watching this, you know, I may do another just like live Q&A, either later or tomorrow. I might pop a poll up and just see if anyone's going to be available for that or would like to do that. Otherwise, you guys can always ask questions below, and I will definitely answer. If not now, like if your questions are coming in later, I'll answer when they pop up. So let's get started. Creating your avatar. This is a subject I really love, because it's something that I think in the beginning is so hard to do. It's something we don't think about. We kind of start off in the Beachbody world and we're thinking, I gotta post all about Beachbody. I have to discuss, you know, my workouts and my shakes and everything else. And that's not true. Actually, we kind of discourage you from doing that all the time. We really want you to create an image. So an avatar actually means, you know, like an icon or a figure that represents who you are. For those of you who are on Snapchat, you might have seen little avatars. You can create your own mini you, and that will help you, you know, that'll be like a, what do you call that, I guess? Like almost like an emoji, but a character version of yourself. So when you think about avatar, I want you to kind of think about that a little bit, right? Just creating this image of yourself. And we have 3 different topics, right? Creating an avatar for ourselves, creating an avatar for our challengers, and creating the avatar for our coaches. So let's get started with ourselves, because if we don't start with ourselves, the other things don't happen. I made some notes because I tend to trail off in thought, so I know I have to keep directing myself there, so bear with me. And here's something to start off this topic also. I think I need to express that you have to believe that you have a unique self. I have a lot of coaches tell me, how is it that I can sign up as a coach? There are 400,000 coaches. How is someone going to sign up with me? Or how is someone going to choose me as their coach over anyone else? Because you're unique. And if you don't believe that, then get out of this business, because it's not going to work. I'm pretty direct too. You can't believe that you're not your own individual self, and everybody's self is going to create or an energy that people want to be around or want to hang out with or want to jump on board with. So, you know, you and your best friend could be in the same business, but some people are going to sign up with you and some people are going to sign up with them just based on interest, okay? Based on similar interests. And that's what creating your avatar is about. What are your interests? What image or brand are you putting together for yourself? And how are you representing that image or brand? I'm also going to be talking about the topic in a few weeks on inviting, and that's going to be a lot about communication and how we communicate through our posts, how we communicate through inviting and private messages, and our call to action. So I'm not going to dive too much into that yet because I want to save a lot of that good stuff for next time. There's a lot on this just creating your image and avatar topic itself. So all right, I want you guys to think about who you are, right? When we talk about posting and branding, we're talking about creating an image of what we are and what defines us. So I want you to think about right now, like take a few minutes after this training and ask yourself, what are some things that make me me? For me, right, that is being pregnant. I'm 7.5 months pregnant right now. So part of a definition of who I am is a pregnant chick, right? With my second baby. I'm married. I'm a boy mom. So I'm going to have my second boy. I'm a mom of a toddler. I currently have a 19-month-old. I have pets. I have 2 cats. We're animal lovers in this house. So those are things that define like who I am and who might relate to me. So other people who like those things, right? And then we talk about interests. What are some of my interests? What are some things I actually like to do? So for me, I love to cook. Even though I'm not the best cook, I love to bake. I love to create healthier recipes, but I also like to create unhealthy recipes, or I like to make food that isn't necessarily always healthy, right? I love wine, even though I'm pregnant. And sometimes I'll talk about on my Facebook how I can't drink wine, my love, and other ways I use to kind of distract my mind from it. Maybe I put water in a wine glass, or I drink sparkling water in a wine glass, like things like that, just to kind of show people. Obviously you guys know I love wine, right? Because you've been following me for so long. So now you know this is a love. How do I handle that during my pregnancy? I'm a therapist. So for those of you who don't know me, I kind of jumped right in, but I should have probably given a little intro on myself. My name is Christina D'Alessandro, by the way. D'Alessandro. I know it's a long one, but you'll figure it out. And I started coaching in 2015, January 2015, as like a career coach. Like this was my goal. I had been a discount coach for a few months before then. So, through this journey for the last 2 years, people have started to see me and follow me because I'm posting about my brand. I'm posting about my image. I'm creating an image for myself. I'm a therapist also. And I know Rosa talked about her why. And my why was that I was having a baby. And I love my job as a therapist, a mental health therapist. I work at a private practice. I do that now 2 nights a week instead of the 12-hour, 4-day shifts I was working, thanks to Beachbody. And I do that, and I loved it, and I still love it, and I love my job. And the idea of staying home with my son was something I really, truly wanted, but also knew financially couldn't be possible. And also, I love to work. I don't know, that may be crazy. Some people don't, but I really truly enjoy what I do. And I truly enjoy being busy and being creative and helping people with their goals and setting goals for people and helping people. That's obviously what a therapist does. So, that is something that it defines me. And I use a lot as a coach as well. I create a lot of free groups that involve self-help. And self-image, and I use that focus sometimes, and it's part of who I am. So it's now part of my business. So that's just a little bit of background about me, but that's part of who I am and the reason I joined Beachbody in the first place. And we all know that our why changes. So that was the reason I joined originally. My reasons now are a lot different. But let's stick with our topic because I can veer off, like I said. Okay, so what else are things I love? I love, construction. My house I just bought a new house, and we are doing a lot of construction. So I am constantly, showing people kind of before and afters. I've made a little album of my before and afters. Something you guys can also do, on Transformation Tuesday. They don't have to be about weight loss. Sometimes we can talk about transformations in our life other than that and kind of keep that, vibe going with our business, but also throw in other things that are about more personal stuff. So I talk about home decor a lot. I might ask somebody, which fan would you buy, or which blinds would you buy, or where would you go get furniture? Asking questions, bringing people to my page, people who might be interested in the same thing, or obviously are doing maybe work in their house or have done work in their house. Let's see. I love sweets. I do. I love them. So I talk about, healthier treats that I make, or ways to cut cravings and certain things like that. Activities with your family. Something I talk about often is like what we're doing. And so we went to Sesame Place this weekend. I made a big thing about us going. And then I also let people know if they had any questions, or I asked people a lot of questions or to give me info. And then when I got there, I did a live video about, where we stayed at the hotel, what amenities were there, things about Sesame Place for a first-time goer, ways to get discounts. So those are things that also other moms, right, moms of toddlers might be interested in. I talk about my love-hate relationship with cleaning. I love a clean house, but I hate to clean. And my son takes after my love of cleaning. At times I see him like pretending to vacuum or sweep the floors. So I'll take pictures of that. I just take real life things that are happening throughout the day and try to, show people just the real me, right? Now, parts of the real you are not going to be always sunshine and perfect. And we don't want to show this highlight reel, because that's not real. We don't want to be negative. We want to kind of help people see the positive in things. Obviously, that's kind of why they would be drawn to us, but we shouldn't be just talking about the negative, right? If there is a negative, it's almost like, how do we overcome it? Why would we be the person you go to if you had a rough day, or if you had a rough workout? So being kind of like a light at the end of the tunnel, I think, is really important. Some of the harder topics I've talked about are my anxiety and depression, things that I've suffered with in the past, things that I've currently suffered with over the last year. There are some really difficult topics that I don't dive into all the time, but come up, and when they do, and they're really personal to me. I lost my father last year, who I was estranged from for some time, to drug addiction. And I lost my stepfather to suicide within the matter of 2 months. So those are two things that are really hard for me to talk about, especially yet. But they are things that when something inside me just feels like I need to express it, sometimes that's where I go and express it. Now, as brand new coaches, I know that's really hard, and that might be something totally out of your comfort zone. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was totally out of my comfort zone. And like I said, I don't talk about it often. But when I feel the need to get it out, sometimes Facebook is the place I put it. And I have had so many people come to me in private messages because they trust me. And I don't want to say that I use it as a way for people to trust me. I'm really just kind of using Facebook almost like as a journal in a sense. But they come to me saying, like, I've struggled with those same things, or I've had families struggle with those things. And sometimes, honestly, it's just amazing how much better I feel knowing I'm not alone. So I can't imagine how these people feel knowing that they're not alone. Now, again, most people probably wouldn't talk about that on their social media page, but they know now that they have somebody to go to if they wanted to talk about that. And someone they can trust because they can relate to them on a level that maybe they can't relate to anybody else. And again, this is not just this is genuinely who I am. And part of branding is being just a genuine version of yourself, and doing what's in your comfort level, of course, is what I suggest at first, but try and take small steps out of that comfort level and go into topics that maybe are difficult for you. Okay. And you don't have to talk about them right away, but consider maybe how you could impact somebody. I put this up in, I think, Courageous with Grace. My husband, when we moved about a month ago, he went to the bank to get a check for our movers, and he said that he ran into a teller there he didn't know, and she said, "Oh, I know your last name. I know your wife. We went to high school together. We never met personally. We never hung out personally. I knew her, but I just want you to let her know that she was such an inspiration to me. I've been suffering with depression for a long time, and she inspired me to go get help. And I really don't know if I'd be in such a good place if it wasn't for her posts. Now, this girl has never liked a post. She never commented. I would have never known that anything I said, related to her. But because it did, and I know that now, that I don't need a like or a comment or a private message even, it makes me more likely to step out of that comfort zone and help others by just sharing my story. Okay? And that's what it is. So creating this avatar is creating your interests and rotating them through your Facebook. It's easier to do that than it is to post about Beachbody, shakes, workouts, right? Every single day. So my suggestion to you is to create your avatar, come up with at least 10 interests, 10 things that define you, who you are. Ask family and friends if you can't think of them, like, hey, what adjectives would you use to describe me? Or if you were trying to describe me to a friend, what would you say about me? Or think about those things yourself, right? And then I want you to write those things down. So that way you have a list that you can rotate through every time you're struggling to maybe find a post. Like I said, they should be organic, obviously, but if you're thinking like, well, what could I post about today? Oh yeah, my kid's doing something funny. Oh, my dog is jumping on me while I'm doing my workout. Or, I'm cooking this unhealthy meal and I'm going to post about how it's real to me because I work out, I can eat this unhealthy meal. I get that luxury. I get to have a cheat meal because I work so hard. So remember, don't paint a highlight reel. We go with the 80-20 rule. 80% of your Facebook page should be about other things than fitness, and 20% should be about fitness and Beachbody related stuff. Okay, so now that you know who you are and what your interests are, how do we seek out our challenger avatar? This gets easier because we already know who we are, right? Who can we help? I want you to ask yourself who you can help, who would relate to you, who might struggle with similar things based on their Facebook posts, based on things you know about them, right? If you don't know them on Facebook, what about in your general life? Ask yourself who would see me and relate to me. Okay, pretty easy. And who would I like to help? So you want to think about who might relate to you and then who you can see yourself actually helping, not people in general, but specific things about people. For me, I like to help somebody who's excited, who wants to get ready to work out. I like to help somebody who is interested. Sorry, I don't know if I blacked out for a second, but someone called me. So someone who's interested in a change. Someone who wants to set goals, right? Someone who wants to who wants to make that change for themselves and actually set some goals and will take their measurements and do their pictures. Now that's my ideal avatar, right? I'm not always going to get that perfect image of that person, but that's who I'm going to seek out. And when I see that, when that person's messaging me or we're talking, I know that I found a really good challenger. And someone who's going to probably participate and be active in my groups. No doesn't mean no forever. It means no for right now. So if someone's telling me no, if they're kind of not this avatar person I'm looking for, I don't push, right? I might still give suggestions. I might reach out to them, obviously with the follow-up every month or so, or if I see some changes on their Facebook, or I know it's coming to summer and I know that, that might be something that they want. But I still ask a lot of questions. I still try to get to know that person because no means no right now. It doesn't mean forever. And not everybody's ready when we're ready. And that's what has started clicking for me, is that the people who just sign up with you and buy a challenge pack or buy a program and then never use it, how good is that? They're not getting the help and they're not feeling like they were helped, right? They don't feel like they've made that accomplishment or connection with you. So it isn't always the right time to be pushing, right, for that sale. Genuinely meet people where they are. And so that's why I've defined my challenger as somebody who is really ready and excited. So that way when that person is there, I know this is someone I'm not only going to, rein in a sense of really trying to help them, but I'm going to follow up with them and I'm going to really help them set their goals and I'm going to help them achieve things. I'm going to be proud when they achieve those things. I'm going to shout them out. I'm going to recognize them, right? So that's how I define my challenger avatar. Now, again, we define ourselves and our challenger. How do we define who our coach avatar is? kind of simple, because you've gone down the line. They're going to be someone who has similar interests than you, who is excited and participating in your groups, or maybe wants to be part of your team, or maybe you ask if they want to be part of your team because you see things in them now, because you've built this relationship with them throughout, right, the process, and they are the perfect coach, right? They are the perfect person for your team. I used to sign anybody up who was drinking Shakeology. If you were on Shakeology more than a month or two, I was like, let's sign you up as a discount coach. Let's get ready, right? And I realized that was kind of that wasn't working for me. People were just dropping left and right. We talk about rank dropping a lot, and I think Lisa's going to be talking about that. But the reason why I realized that wasn't working and I wasn't building a solid foundation of a team was because none of these people were truly interested in the business, right? And being part of this because they wanted to help people, because they had a drive, because they have a why, okay? Because they have a journey and they have a story that they want to now tell, that they probably always wanted to tell, but now we can add fitness to that. Now we can add a lifestyle change, something that's healthy, something that's good for them, right? The reason why, in my opinion, coaches and Beachbody are going to stick around forever versus a lot of these other MLM companies is because this is a life. This is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change, and it's healthy. It's good for you. It's good for you, mind, body, and soul. There's nothing that's going to fade out, right? This is one of the biggest markets in the world, fitness and health. But besides all that, besides the money aspect and the business aspect, right, people want to feel good. They want to be happy, and they want that for their families, and they want that for their lives forever, not just for right now. So those are things that you're going to seek out. For me personally, my coaches, I want them to be type A personality. I want them to be driven. I want them to ask me questions. I want them to be looking stuff up on Google and seeking it out on their own. I want them to be with a notepad taking notes. I want them to be asking me questions that they sought out from other people. And when I see that in a coach, I put my time and effort and energy into that person because I see that it's worth my time, effort, and energy. If I don't see that now, I don't spend a lot of time focusing on things that are going to drain me, because part of being a coach yourself is also learning not to get burnt out. And I think a lot of people do that in the beginning of this business. They get burnt out because they're not focused on their avatar coach. They're focused on just keeping coaches and getting everybody there, but they're burning themselves out and wasting their energy. Focus on the people who want to build this, who see this as a dream, who have a why, and then, right, and who relate to you in that way, because you are their mentor, and they will be appreciative of the things that you can do for them, and see how this business can be for them, right? Because it really is for everyone. I want you guys to believe in the possibility that you can do this, because if you don't, you won't. Okay, as a therapist, I'm telling you, this is all about mindset, okay? If you don't believe in yourself, it's never going to happen. So start saying to yourself right now, I can do this, okay? And I'm going to do it the way that you want. Everyone's going to have their own journey, right? Don't compare yourself to other coaches. Right now. Stop comparing yourself to anyone else you see. You can like them, you can friend them, you can add them, but stop trying to be them. Because if you're trying to be somebody else, you're not going to be authentically, genuinely who you are. So stop, okay? Get your list together, get your interests together, and talk about who you are. Because I had that person, right? I could see her already. I want to know who you are. I want to know more than just one selfie. You're going to take selfies? Give me some other things. Show me your new sneakers. Show me your shoes. Show me, your outfit that you're going out on this weekend. Show me your husband or your spouse or your pet or your date. Tell me what's happening in your life. I want to know you. I want you to think about it almost, and this is something I want to kind of touch on in the inviting thing, but I want you to think about it almost like a reality TV show, okay? I get that, and I get it when I want it. I don't have to sit down and watch Bravo for half an hour, right? I can say, let me hop on Facebook and check out that girl that I'm interested in, and see what she's doing today, or see what recipe she's put up, or see, how many miles she ran. That is what you want. You want people to want to come to you. And the only way to do that is to build that avatar in yourself. And as that happens, you will build the challengers and coaches and the team. Okay? So assignment time. It's a big one, so I'm sorry, but we have 3 things, so you have to get a big assignment. Assignment number 1, 10 interests. List them, okay? Definitions of yourself. Describe who you are, okay? And what others might see in you and what you like to talk about. I also want you to make sure that on that list of after 10 things, give me like 1 or 2 that maybe you struggle with talking about. Something that's a little harder to talk about. It doesn't have to be something you're going to rotate in your Facebook wheel, but it is something I want you to start thinking about, okay, for the future. And the next one, okay, so assignment B is your challengers, okay? Who do you think you can help? Describe your ideal challenger. Who is that to you? And why can you help them? What's different about you? And then write 10 people you right now know that you think would be great challengers. Assignment C for your coaches, right? Who is your ideal coach? And this one might even be better than your challenger because it's the definition of all 3 of these things. Why do you want them on your team? What qualities do they have, okay, that you see in yourself, that you see in others, that you want? I'm trying to think of anything else that I want you to put down there. I'll make it simple. That's fine. And list 10 people. Okay, list 10 people in your network right now, whether or not you think they would ever say yes or no, that you could foresee being an awesome coach on your team. Not on someone else's team, but someone you would say, I want to hang out with that person. I want to work with that person. If she were in my office every day, I would want her to be there. I say her, him too, okay? I know that this business is not just all women. But for me, I don't seek out men coaches because that's not my avatar, okay? If they come to me, that's different. I obviously had something that related to them and I'm sure we'll connect. But I'm not seeking that out because I don't find that I'm connecting with males in this business on that level, right? So that's just me. But you might be different. What is it, right, that defines that coach? And give me 10 people that you see right now in your network that you think would be a great coach because they have a lot of the same qualities that you have. That's it. That's my spiel, okay? I see that there aren't, there's about 6 of you on, I think. I don't know if any of the, I'm going to check my thing right now. If anyone has any questions or wants me to like touch upon anything or kind of wants me to like go over anything a little bit further, or feels like I missed any of you coaches, think I missed anything, or want to jump in and just add. Thanks, Teresa. No? I covered it all? Come on, guys. All right, I know it's early. I know a lot of you are still at work. So what I will do is give you guys a little bit more time to kind of look through it. And this is the weekend. We do have a new Shaun T workout coming out today. So exciting. So for anyone who doesn't know, that's a great thing to post about. Try not to use any, what do we call them, stock photos, right, of Shaun T and stuff like that. But if you guys want to use that as like just an excitement, be excited, kind of build some hype, you can do that on your Facebook page today. Oh, good, Brie, I'm so excited. That was helpful. I think that sometimes it's also just, it really is about that mindset, creating the mindset that you get to choose your challengers, that you get to choose your coaches. I find that a lot of us feel like we need to hold on and seek out so many people instead of seeing it as, I'm doing this for you. I'm able to help you. And not to say that in a, I don't want to seem, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to seem like conceited about it. That's not what I mean. But you have value, and you bring value to people's lives when you are a good coach and you can help people. So, you bring these groups, you bring this team. And that's what's so amazing about having a team, is that there is so many of us here to help each other. No one's doing this alone. I've got a lot of coaches in the beginning who are like, I don't know how I'm going to help somebody else. I understand that. How do you think it happens? You work with each other. You talk to each other. We have these trainings where we reach out to each other. I've built some amazing friendships through these groups, through my coaches, and through my challenge groups. I have a friend from high school who I didn't really talk to in high school, and she's coming over tonight. She signed up as a discount coach, and she's coming over tonight. We're just gonna hang as moms. That's just, I'm so excited that we relate on so many levels. And I was like, we have kids around the same age. Just come hang out. That'd be great. I built another friend. How awesome. Love this. I know as far as sharing my personal self on Facebook is extremely hard. I try to share myself. My biggest thing is sharing pictures, videos of my son. It's more of a personal... Yeah. Sorry, I think I missed that one. Oh, it's more personal thing because of relatives who don't make an effort to see him. Okay, so Stefan, I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. So I'm not sure of sharing. What do you mean you're not sure of sharing? I'm going to wait for Stefania to answer, but I'll answer Teresa's question in the interim. Do you share on Facebook wall, or do you have another Facebook page? Okay, so I share my Facebook wall. I did start a Facebook page that I have altered throughout the last few years, and now it's just really like a recipe page. I actually... I just put recipes up there because I have so many people who will message me and go, hey, what was that recipe that you made with something with cocoa or blah, blah, blah. Now I just say, hey, check this out. Here's my link to my Facebook page. And it's a way for me to save those as well. But what I've noticed about creating a separate page is that you're not building an image or a brand. You're spending a lot of time doing both. It's so much easier just to be who you are on your own page or your own wall. I feel that it becomes very businessy when you're separating the two, and then you're kind of double posting a lot of the time, and you don't get as much traction, I think, towards your Facebook page unless you're promoting it, and that costs money. And I just don't feel that you're really gaining the same kind of clientele as if you're really just posting it to your genuine wall. For some of you, I will say, some pictures of my son, I will keep private. I won't, I'll just have friends of friends. I won't put public, but almost all of my other posts are public. If it's a picture of me and my son and our family, I will put a picture up, but there are some things that I kind of keep just on friends, but everything else I keep public. And I do suggest keeping your Facebook page public for that reason. Did I answer your question, Teresa? I have to check my thing. So I think it's Stefania Ann that she asked about posting about her son. So I think that posting about your family is great, especially since family and friends won't be able to see them. But I feel like that might posting my baby. It's like, what is she hiding? And I feel it closes them out. I want to. Okay, so yeah. So like I said, posting pictures of your kids is something great, and you should share that because your kids are part of your life. If you feel uncomfortable or nervous about it, we could do that. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. I have the cleaning people coming. 1 second. sorry. I did say I like a clean house. And I'm having people here for Mother's Day, so this is like, I knew this was going to happen. I'm sorry. So, Stefania, let me tell you this. Yes, definitely, I suggest posting pictures of your kids, but doing so in a genuine way. And if you don't feel that that's something you want to put out publicly, you can change the setting on your Facebook post to friends only. So for, like, I do that with a lot of pictures of my son, depending on what they are. And I think sharing a lot about yourself at first is really hard because people don't understand why you're doing it. You're going to have haters. That's just the way it is. People are going to hate no matter what. Let it go. Okay? Just let it go. My sister-in-law doesn't like a single post that I do about Facebook. I don't care. I don't care. I decided it doesn't bother me and there's nothing I can do about it. She's missing out. I have family and friends who I've become more connected with, and I speak to more than I ever have, who've joined my groups because I do this now. So I think there's a lot of value in it. Let me think, what else? Yeah, having the same issue. Yeah, it's definitely hard. You know, people are going to be mean, and you know what? You have to just say, well, I'm doing this for me, and I'm doing this for my family, and I'm doing this for other people who might need it. If you don't need it, don't look, right? Unfollow me. Who cares? If they don't like it and they have something to say about it, they're the negative people in the world, in your life, that you're not trying to reach out to. This isn't for them. This is for you. So I just try to keep that in mind. And when you're sharing other things, and you're sharing not just about your kids, but you're sharing about your interests and your likes, I think that's something, that other people just enjoy seeing. It's not like, oh, this is all my kids, right? Which, hey, whatever, post 1,000 things about your kids. But in general, I think that people like that. I'm sorry, I want to see what Jamie said. I was post pictures of Avery in an album labeled Avery Grace. Yeah, that's a great tip, Jamie. That's much easier. You can post pictures to a specific album. Yeah, definitely. Stefania, I love you, girl. This is good. Am I saying your name right? If I'm not, please tell me. Yeah, great topic. I think actually, I have no problem diving into it, but I do think that Katie and Sarah might be also diving into this a little bit in their videos too, about like how to post through difficult times and about things that people might not want to understand. Like I said, it's really hard when you go through stuff in general. Stephanie, but I changed the browser. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you don't want them to see your child. That's fine. And that's why, you can set certain things publicly or privately, or put it in a group where you can block an album, and you can block certain people from seeing it if that's a concern. I know some people have like ex-husbands or, crazy people in their lives they want to kind of keep out. So that's definitely possible, to change the settings and block certain people from albums so that when you post, they're not being seen. And if you guys have any questions about private, public Facebook pages, let me know, and we could definitely talk about, specific settings you might need. Anything else? Everybody's good? Yeah, Jamie, what a great idea. I love that. Probably makes it so much easier. You could also make an album for Coach Life. Like I do Coach Life or my Coach album. And, I set anything that's kind of beach related in there. And that way when people see it, it'll continuously pop up and they can look at the whole album. And then they see, all of my Beachbody stuff or all the stuff that's like kind of related to it. Yes, that's what I do too, Katie. Kids post to friends and BB posts to public, definitely. All right, guys. So, unless there's any more questions, again, you feel free to message me after. I know a lot of you are going to watch this later. And you know what? If I get a lot of questions, I might just hop on again live, maybe tomorrow or Sunday. So I'll put up a poll and see if anyone wants to do that, so I can kind of cover any topics that, you know, or questions, and talk about it a little bit more openly, so there can be a little bit more back and forth. Awesome. I am a very direct person, so sorry. Sometimes people don't like that, but it's just who I am, and I find it to be much easier. And I agree, I don't want weirdos creeping on my kids either, Katie. That's my biggest fear is like someone's going to snatch my child one day. It's like probably a ridiculous anxiety, but it's something I definitely think about. Thanks, I just got them done. I feel like I'm talking to myself now, actually, on live. Isn't that funny? All right, guys. So I'll put that poll up, see if sometime this weekend would work for others who aren't on live, and then we'll get some more questions going, because I think that this is a really good topic, and I can't wait to do my inviting or my communication call in a couple weeks. I know, crazy world. So thank you guys for whoever did hop on. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon.